Good evening and welcome to this edition of WJAY Nightly News. It's episode number 4 on this Thursday, September 12th, 2024. And of course, I am your gracious host and moderator, Jason DeCanio, welcoming you to another hour and a half of some fantastic news articles and information that you will never get anywhere else except from here, because we get you the hard and the truth of the matter at hand. Tonight, we have one special guest with us who will be joining the show here at about 7:30. He's going to talk about all of his great artistical work. That is Zach, the artist Dirix. He will join me at 7:30 for a one-on-one interview showing and highlighting some of his artistical work that he's done over the summertime. And we'll catch up with him to see what he's also been working on for the fall. So should be fun. And then that'll last until 8 o'clock, when then we'll go for the holiday of today and end it off with the motivation of the day. And don't forget also, too, we have our headline sports, other important information. I'm not giving you big sports scores and everything of that sort because you can always look it up. But I will tell you when my Mets are going to be doing. I'm not going to be following football, basketball, or even hockey this season because I've got so much going on. So as far as the sports scores are concerned, if anything does come up or something happens in the sports world, I'll let you know what's happening at that particular moment. But to go through all the sports scores and everything, we can get in much more information for you at that moment with something else. And then, yes, don't forget, Versus premieres every Tuesday and Thursday nights at 9 p.m. here on StreamYard. Tonight we have episode 2, which will be a very interesting 2 topics to talk about, and hope you tune in. And if you haven't already watched the first episode all the way through to vote on your favorite, which is basically Coke or Pepsi, please do so, because it's very important that you vote and give us an idea of what you like to drink as far as your soft drink preference. Okay, because tonight we have a totally different subject and topic, 2 of them, 2 topics, and then we'll go from there. And wipe those tears. Boy, it was a great show last night. I hope you enjoyed it. As we revealed our surprise to the entire community, I think he was well given a round of applause, and he did a fantastic job. Andrew Hocking, ladies and gentlemen, is the new tier master on our program, and he did a great job in the 2 hours. He stayed on topic when he was asked to. Very well behaved and very enthusiastic about a lot of things. He really put a good effort in, and I think those who pretty much did him wrong and said some wrong things about him owe him an apology for the way they've acted. But again, that's not my decision to say. I gave this guy an opportunity, and I'll say that again in my important information in just a few minutes here. Okay, so we'll go back to the nightly news ticker right there. That's going to stay on. So let's go ahead and get to the headlines, sports, and other important information. Of course, today is Thursday, September 12th, 2024. These are the headlines today, which go with them from NPR.com. 3 more counts are dismissed in the Trump case indictment in Georgia, as a judge has dismissed 3 more counts in the Georgia election interference case against former President Donald Trump and his allies. Oops. Whoops, I clicked on that wrong. Okay. And making German chocolate without using cocoa. Yes, cocoa beans, which are used to make chocolate, are mostly grown in a few places, making them susceptible to the effects of extreme weather events driven by climate change. We hear about a team in Germany that is developing a chocolate made without cocoa. Very interesting. In Jordan's elections, anger at Israel over the Gaza war fuels Islamist gains. The Islamic Action Front, the political wing of the Muslim Brotherhood, is now the single biggest opposition bloc in Jordan's 138-member parliament, winning 1/5 of the seats this week. After more than a century, the Campbell's Company drops soup from its name. The Campbell Soup Company's CEO said the subtle yet important change to the name adopted in 1922 better reflects the broad number of products it makes. Trump's Bedminster Club hosted an alleged Nazi sympathizer who stormed the Capitol. Well, at two events, Donald Trump's New Jersey Golf Club hosted a convicted January 6th rioter known for extreme anti-Semitic and racist comments, whose prosecutors described as a white supremacist. Might have to do some fact checking on that one, folks, just to see if they're really telling the truth about that one, because that looks like a Hitler wannabe, and we all know that NPR has done that. So do some research on this particular one. I don't know. We'll see. Swift sweeps. Chili's get her bronze, and other highlights from star-studded VMAs. The 40th annual MTV Awards. Oops. Oh, my gosh. What is going on here? Oh, boy. My mouse is going crazy. Sorry about that, folks. The 40th MTV Video Music Awards celebrated today's biggest stars and songs, as well as iconic moments from its own history. Here are some of the night's best moments and biggest winners. I don't watch MTV. Sorry. Keurig misled the public over claims its K-Cup pods are 100% recyclable, the SEC says. Keurig agreed to pay $1.5 million in penalties without admitting guilt or denying the SEC's findings that the K-Cup pod producer made inaccurate claims regarding the recyclability of those pods. California County got PFAS out of its drinking water. Water utilities across the country will have to comply with EPA limits on forever chemicals in drinking water by 2029. Orange County, California got a head start. Harvey Weinstein indicted on more sex crimes charges ahead of New York retrial. He's 72 years old, and he underwent emergency heart surgery Monday. The indictment will remain under seal until Weinstein's arraignment, which could happen as early as September 18th. Trump must comply with gag order in New York after appeal dismissed. New York's highest court on Thursday dismissed an appeal from former President Donald Trump to lift the remaining gag order in his hush money case. 14 pro-Trump electors link to reverse. Okay. Crazy. Sorry about that. When I hit the mouse once, it double clicks itself. 14 pro-Trump electors linked to efforts to reverse his 2020 loss are back for 2024. The return of 14 Republican presidential electors linked to efforts to reverse Donald Trump's 2020 loss raises questions about what they will do if Trump loses again in their states. A'ja Wilson breaks the WNBA single-season scoring record and eyes another milestone. Las Vegas Aces stars surpassed the previous mark of 939 points set by Jewel Lloyd in 2023. Wilson could potentially be the first WNBA player to reach 1,000 points in a year. The UN says 6 staff were killed in an Israeli strike on a Gaza school. The UN Relief Agency for Palestinian Refugees in the Gaza Strip said its employees were among 18 people killed in an Israeli airstrike on a school. Israel said the school was being used by Hamas. NYC Cultural Institutions split with staff over wearing kieffis, Palestinian solidarity. Nearly a dozen art workers in New York City have recently left their jobs or been fired over conflict with their employers about expressing solidarity with Palestinian suffering. John Bon Jovi helps talk a woman off the ledge of a bridge while filming a music video. Bon Jovi spotted a woman on the ledge of the pedestrian bridge where his crew was filming in Nashville late Tuesday. The singer and a team member helped her over the railing and back to safety. Sustainable eating habits that can help the environment without taking over your life. What we eat plays a role in the health of our environment, and here are some things to consider when trying to make doable changes to improve your impact without breaking the bank. Afghan women sing to protest a law that orders them to keep quiet. A new morality law is full of restrictions. No neckties for men. Photos cannot be reproduced. The harshest rules are for women who are singing out on a social media to protest the ban on singing. And a rare look inside war-torn Sudan and the data behind grocery inflation. NPR gets a rare look inside war-torn Sudan, where millions are displaced and struggling for survival. And we examine new data on why grocery prices remain high. Whatever happened to the global effort to wipe out cervical cancer with a vaccine? Well, now that the World Health Organization has endorsed a one-dose vaccine, global health groups are amping up their effort to inoculate the world's girls. And how are they doing? SpaceX Polaris Dawn astronauts conduct the first ever private spacewalk. An internet entrepreneur and a SpaceX engineer have become the first private astronauts to walk in space. Schools are putting vape detectors in bathrooms paid for by Juul. Some districts are using money from a $1.7 billion legal settlement against e-cigarette manufacturer Juul Labs to pay for the high-tech devices, but there are critics and also privacy concerns. These small black-owned farms are growing crops with the climate in mind. Across the Gulf South, small black-owned farmers are finding ways to use climate-friendly practices to grow crops while also addressing long-standing injustices. And there you have it, friends. Headlines on NPR today for September 12th, 2024. Well, that's going to do all for the articles today. And of course, everything else will have the motivation of the day and, of course, the holiday of today in just a little bit. No, my router is not slow. That is because I have the ad blocker on. And of course, if I click those pictures, then you could see them. But no, the router is not slow. When you have your ad blocker on to keep the ads from overtaking the website and slowing the computer down even more, that's what happens. Okay, yeah. So, anyways, let's talk about today. So, Eddie, I got about 15 minutes, and I have a lot on my mind. And I'm not going to try to blow up today because I know some people were concerned about me getting a little agitated yesterday. I've said this before at the beginning of the week when we came back to do these shows, that what we were going to present may not be easy to digest, okay? And of course, you know where I stand on the issues of the country. You know where I stand on the issues of the world. You know where I stand on the issues of everyday life, okay? I would like somebody one day to interview me where I can at least explain myself as to why I think the way I do, okay? Now, I know a lot of people out there have problems and issues with me that they say, oh, you take things too seriously. You're always blowing up, da-da-da-da-da-da, and why don't you change? I've always changed my way of thinking to adapt to the way of the world. Now, here's the problem with that. When you start thinking the way society wants you to think, it's control. It's control, folks. Look, nobody likes to be told what to do. Okay, when you were growing up, your parents, you thought your parents were controlling you. They were guiding you, okay? Till you became 18 years of age and decided to make your own decisions, and you failed in life and you realized you had something to go back on. We still to this day fail in our lives because we're always constantly trying new things. And if we don't fail in life, how do we grow and learn and develop from if we always succeed in everything we do? There's always going to be failure in all of our lives. We have to take it with a grain of salt, put it on the wound and try to work around that. Now, yesterday was September 11th, and we talked a lot about the fallen heroes and those survivors who survived with fate and a little bit of luck from God. And I really enjoyed presenting those articles to you because I don't think they've ever been presented on any major network. Some may have some documentaries on that, and that's fine. But in the meantime, you didn't hear anything about it. And some of those articles go back as far as 2 years ago. The families of those who fell to the World Trade Center towers, those who lived every day knowing that their loved ones are never coming back, have to deal with life itself. And life itself is very tough. It's hard. It's coarse. It's rough. It's everything that we don't want in our lives. But life has ways to help us and guide us and go through things. All right. Truth is something we need every day in our lives, folks. But if you're the person again who wants to live a bunch of lies, tell lies, lie about this, deny things about that, send people on goose chases, gaslight everybody, become narcissistic people because you think it's okay and acceptable behavior because you see it on TV. I'm sorry, but you know what? I'm not going to fall for that anymore. You know, I had an ex-fiance who I lost to a narcissist. I don't know if I told you this story. Probably did many, many years ago. I had to go to counseling for that because it really hurt. But I realized something. After my counselor talked and I was able to, that it wasn't never my fault and that I should never blame myself. And I still to this day don't blame myself for it. But I've realized I've steered clear of people who take on a behavior of narcissism. Okay. Narcissism is all around us, folks. I can pick it off right away. When you come at me and you think you know more than me, you are a narcissist. When you think you got the answers to everybody's problems, you're a narcissist. When you start shooting your mouth off behind people's backs and you try to spread lies, you're a narcissist. Okay? Narcissistic people do exist in our country, in our world, and until you put them in their place, they are going to continue to do what they think is acceptable in society, which is lie and never tell the truth. And you got to move forward. And I said this at the beginning of my program on Monday when we came back, that I will not tolerate the old stuff from beyond between 2012, 2013, and 2021. Okay. 3 years ago was the last time I had any interaction with anybody from that drama situation with all those trolls that were attacking everybody on the platform for 8, 9 years. And then I start getting harassed because of what happened with Andrew Hocking. And I told Andrew, I said, you guys parted ways. I took you on. I said, I don't control you. I don't tell you what to do. I just explain things to you. And if you want to stay with us, great. If you want to leave, great. I mean, whatever the case, one door opens and another one closes, and then another one opens again. So, but for the trolls out there who had to attack Jay's All TV and Sports channel with their stupid, idiotic comments and their drama, and their narcissistic nothings, and have no videos, no credibility whatsoever, to open up that can of worms and think that I'm going to just jump on the bandwagon and start this stuff again. Look, I never am going to open up the can of worms. I will block you. I will deny access. I will deny you access to my channel because I will protect my channels from you. Now, if you feel like you really need to get it off your hairy ape chest, you gorilla, you ape, you baboon, then come on to the program when someone calls you out on it. Get off your hockey butt and do what you need to do to express it, to lay it down. Stop calling all of us cowards and hiding out and everything. We're not hiding. We're here doing this every day to inform you, to inspire you, to entertain you. But there are rules to the situation. And by golly, if you would have just followed them instead of going on your own thinking who the heck you were, that you were going to make all of these lewd comments that are just baseless, bogus, have no credibility whatsoever, and think, oh, well, I'm just an attention getter. Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble there, dude or dudes or whoever, but go get a life, man, because I'm going to continue talking about this. It's not opening a new can of worms. It's not opening an old can of worms. I have laid down the issues here. The issues are, if the son of a gun in Michigan wants to open up that old can of worms to continually talking about something that, you know, if you really wanted to take me to court, you should have did it when you had your opportunity. The same guy in Brick, New Jersey. If you were so gung-ho and so pissed off about what happened between the two of us, you had your opportunities to take me to court in New Jersey, but you let the statute of limitations run out. Same in Michigan. You let the statute of limitations run out. You cannot try me on anything, or for that matter, whatever I did or what you accused me of. You try to take me to trial on that, judge is going to toss it right out, because all I got to say is they had their opportunities, Your Honor. They had the chance to explain themselves. They were given numerous opportunities to come on these videos and debate the issues cleanly. But no, they wanted to hide. They wanted these, you know, they wanted all of these conditions. Well, sorry, but you know what? That's kind of like what's going on right now, where the vice president don't want to debate on Fox News because she can't handle the hard questions. And I tell you, Donald Trump is smart for not wanting any more debates with her, because if she's going to continue to hide out, but continue to blow smoke in his face and never tell the American people what she really stands for, but yet you're going to vote for her on that? That's like a narcissist telling you exactly what you were asking the narcissist, and they're just beating you around the bush, and you believe it. And you believe it. You take it for what it is. Do the research, my friends. I'm telling you right now, I cannot stand what I'm seeing here in this world. I cannot stand it. We're the passion here. And I'm trying to explain it to you as best I can without blowing my top or using profane language. But the bottom line is that the people in the White House right now are screwing you. How much more do you need to know before it's too late, where you're out on the streets like the many homeless people who are out there right now? How much more are you willing to put up with before you realize too little, too late? You have a choice, folks. Start taking responsibility for your choices, because if you're going to vote for the lady who did nothing for the last 4 years, and when she becomes president is still going to do nothing for another 4 years, but give to the illegals what they want and nobody else, and people are going to die at the hands of unvetted illegal immigrants, then you have basically put blood on your hands, and you are okay with that. You don't know how good you had it from 2016 to 2020. You don't know how good it was. You put your blinders on, and all you did was whine and complain. Man, I tell you, we had $1.45 gas. Things were affordable. People were investing, buying goods and services, commodities, and people were taking home great paychecks, getting refunds, and also stimulus checks to help. And you just brushed it aside, said, no, I don't want any handouts from Donald Trump. He's a businessman. That's all he is. And all he knows how to do is shoot his mouth off on Twitter. Well, dude, so what? It's opinion. Okay? That's the way he communicates with you. You don't like it, you can choose to ignore it. But realize this, you never know you had it so good. You choose not to believe that which happened in that short amount of time some 8 years ago. And I'm here to tell you that everybody is suffering. I don't care how much money you think you're making. I don't care how many houses you have. I don't care if you have a summer house in the Carolinas where you go out there with your family. I don't care what you have, because when you die, you're going to take it with you. You cannot take it with you. You're going to die without the material things in life. Just realize it. Don't take it for granted. Enjoy your time here on this earth, but realize it's a limited amount of time. Okay? So do yourself a favor If not, you think of your family, think of the friends around you, think of the future of the country and where it's going. Because even after Kamala Harris gets out or in, it's a whole new ball game. And if you want World War III, well, it's going to happen because you voted in the wrong people that will cause it to happen. And sure enough, we don't have the manpower. Our military is so drained right now because the president, Biden, and how he destroyed it and divided it so badly. Because I have some friends who are in the military who have told me some stories. I see the expressions on I feel their pain. I understand where you come from. I never served in the military, but I know what you're talking about when you discuss these things and it happens. Okay? And I applaud and thank everybody for their service to our country that kept us safe for many decades and centuries. Thank you, because we appreciate what you've done and the sacrifices you made to keep us safe. Someone said to me, you don't exercise your patriotism enough, Jason. Oh, I do, but I keep it to myself. And when I express it to individuals, I do. Okay? And I'm always kind to people about it. Why don't you spend a day with me and you understand before you just pass judgment on it? That's the thing. That's pretty much why, I'm hated by so many people. And you would say, nah, Daniel's a great guy. Yeah, I'm a great guy. Once you get to know me, yeah, I could be a stubborn mule and I could be a pain in someone's ass. But the bottom line of it is once you get to know me, you'll see what I'm talking about and it'll make sense. And I may have to explain it many times before. And that's what this show is all about. We give you the hard news, the hard facts. You draw your opinions on it. Now, whether we sway you one way or we sway you another way, that's not the goal of the show. And that's the goal of the show is basically to give you the headlines that they're not giving you. And and then we explain why they would go this way. 2 minutes before Zach the Artist comes on. So we're going to go to break. And when we come back, Mr. Derricks will be with us and to share some great artistical work. In the meantime, we will be right back right after this.
Hi, I'm Dick Clark. When the weather is sunny and hot, you and I really go for a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper, the soft drink that goes so well with hot weather. Deliciously different. When the weather's hot, Dr. Pepper tastes great cold. And when the weather's cold, that's when Dr. Pepper tastes so great hot. Hi, Max. Good friends, it's a roaring fire. The perfect time for hot Dr. Pepper. Delicious and so easy to prepare. Just heat Dr. Pepper in a saucepan till it steams, then pour over a thin slice of lemon. That's a hot idea. Yes, Dr. Pepper is delicious cold or hot. Try hot Dr. Pepper. It's a great winter treat. Right, Max? Hot idea.
This man has worked a long, hard day, and he's got a lot of money to show for it. Other people's money. He's a pickpocket. His take, $700. It's dangerous to carry cash. Carry American Express traveler's checks. If they're lost or stolen, you can get them back. Your vacation is protected. American Express traveler's checks. Don't leave home without them.
I am Quick Claude. I do everything fast.
Marathon John, you can't eat a marathon candy bar fast. Quick Claude, it lasts a good long time.
I show you. Milk chocolate, delicious caramel, and chewy.
Told you, nobody eats a marathon bar quick. Claude.
Marathon lasts a good long time.
That only Carvel makes. They're made fresh every day, 'cause that's the Carvel way. And while you're at the store, see Cookie Puffs and more. And don't forget about Hug Me the Bear.
The friendliest bear. Your participating Carvel dealer also has Hug Me the Bear and Cookie Puss dolls. You'll love them. Thank you.
These tires are all the same, Goodyear, but they're all different. Different tires for different drivers. They've got them all, and they're all very good.
Instead of a tune-up, all I needed was a little fuel filter. It saved me money.
I just got white letter Eagle ratings. Hey, looking good never hurts.
You gotta be good to be Goodyear.
Goodyear tires and auto service for more good years in your car. Goodyear!
I can't concentrate.
It's over, Rock.
Now that it's over, just give me something to drink.
There ain't nothing on ice till it's say it now.
Left and Briscoe's here.
Except maybe this.
Brad Balboa needs a miracle.
Yo, that's brisk, baby.
Get in there. Save some of that for the sequel.
All right, it's that time again, 7:30, and we're ready now to bring our special guest of the night on, and he is well renowned for his artistical work with the Japanese way of life, as they say, with geishas and all good stuff. And his backgrounds are fantastic. If you've never seen him, then you basically have just, taken it to the point of seeing his artistical work, as they say. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's bring on the man who is now coming, or should be able to come on because of the facts. Here is Zach Dirix himself. Hello, Zach.
Hey, Jason.
How's everything doing this evening?
Good.
Okay. Yeah, you're coming in really good. Hey, I like the new headphones.
Oh, thank you, Jason.
Yep. So, how was your summer, by the way? I know you've been pretty busy with some fantastic projects.
Mm-hmm. My summer's been good. It's just been high.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so what is your current status now on working with the artistical situations of life, as they say?
Thank you, Jason, for asking. Well, I've been getting a lot of likes on my artworks. A lot of sharing of my artworks, and a lot of people are impressed about my artworks.
Mm-hmm. And have you had any? I noticed that once on one of your posts said you had a proposal or a contract for some kind of work, and it turned out to be a fraud. That was a tough break, but you must get those kind of fake proposals all the time.
Oh yeah, I just block them.
Yeah, it's sad when somebody is, you're trying to get your work out there, and by legit, publishers or something, and they turn out to be nothing but scammers and other fake artists, basically, who just are trying to just demoralize the good work that you put out there.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, would you care to share some of the artistical designs you've worked on the last couple months with us?
Yeah, but sure will, Jason. I made a PowerPoint. So let's see. Do I
Okay.
use a tool thing or?
Well, let's see if we can present it. I don't know. Let's see. Try to do share screen here. But I don't know if I can do the entire screen. Let's see if I can do that. Nope, that's not going to work. Window. No, I don't have access to. Okay. Well, let's see. Maybe if you hold it up that way to the camera or something, you might be able to get it on that. I don't know.
How do you do the last time I shared my PowerPoint? Wasn't there like some share feature or?
Yeah, I think you sent me a link of the stuff, and then I was able to share it that way. And whoops, hold on here. So let me see if by sharing that slide, do you have a link to the slideshow presentation?
Yeah, I can. I'm just in here. I'm gonna save it, and then I'll.
Okay.
Stand by, folks. These technical issues.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're live. These things usually happen that way, but we're prepared for it if that was the case.
Yeah.
Coming down with
Yeah.
a cold, or you sound a little congested. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just been recovering. I've been having a cold.
Mhm.
Sucks. All
You
right,
start-
Jake. What's it? Jason, cut what's it?
I was gonna say, yeah, you starting to get the colder weather up there, or wherever you are, or is it still warm?
It was cold. Now it's warm. And yeah, it's like in the high 80s.
Uh-huh. Oh wow. Okay. How are you sending me this link?
Let's see. I'm
Let's
gonna
see.
go to your Facebook Messenger.
Okay. Okay. Dum dee 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 dee. In the meantime, I was going to ask you too. How do you like Wheel of Fortune with Ryan Seacrest?
Oh, I like it, Jason.
Do you think he's going to do a real good job? I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill, as he said on the very first show this past Monday.
Oh yeah, to me, I thought he did really great, but some people didn't. Some people didn't like him. Well, if you don't like him, don't watch him.
That's true. Exactly. Yeah. If you don't like him, don't watch him. That's very true. I mean, that, he was not, he was picked for the job and he got hired, and they knew what they knew what they could, knew his talents and everything. He's a very talented man. He's got a radio show. He's hosted American Idol. I mean, his resume spans almost since, Dick Clark took him under his wing for New Year's Rockin' Eve. Long before he passed, I think in 2004 is when he really got his start on the whole thing.
Yeah, I tried to send you the PowerPoint through your official messenger, and it said it's too large.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember there was a screen share thing.
There is. It should be on your end too. You can, if you go down to where it says present on the bottom of your StreamYard.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Okay, I found it, Jason. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I was staring at it. I'm like, what? Okay. All right. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Stand by.
Yep.
All right.
Stand by for.
Let's see here. Okay, we don't want my internet browser tab. We don't want app window. There we go. You have your entire screen. There we go.
There you go. Now you got the inner workings of it.
And then allow system audio if you need. All right, can you see my screen?
Not yet. Hold on. Let me no, I can see you, but I still can't see the screen pop up.
What's this error? Your browser has blocked your screen. Click to the screen icon in your address bar to allow access.
And that means that your browser has basically blocked that particular thing. So in order to, you have to go into your settings and get the access. Oh, and he went and disappeared for a bit, but he'll be back in just a minute. So in the meantime, yeah, let's see. He's back now. Should be there. There he is. Okay, we lost you, but
okay, I'm gonna try this again. Hey, I'm gonna switch to like a different internet browser. Stand by. I'll be right back.
Okay. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and take another break, and when we come back, we'll have Zach and his slideshow presentation. More right after this on the Nightly News. Right now. We'll be back.
I'd like to talk to you about good things to eat, like Swiss cheese on a crisp Ritz cracker, or a chunk of ham on a crisp Ritz cracker. Peanut butter and jelly on a crisp Ritz cracker. Everything tastes great when it sits on a Ritz. You hungry? Then have some onion dip on a crisp Ritz cracker. Good cracker. Good cracker. From Nabisco.
Little Caesars needs a celebrity for their new stuffed crust pizza combo. They don't charge a lot, so they can't afford a big name. What do you say?
Dynamite!
You still got it! They don't charge a lot, so they can't afford a big name. You're perfect. Ken Evil! Are you feeling it, Evil?
Little Caesars large cheese stuffed crust pizza and cheese stuffed crazy bread carried out just $8.99 or have it delivered. Delivery.
Well, I went to a party, and what did I see? Peanut butter, peanut. All those fine people like the peanut tree. Peanut butter.
Peter Pan tastes so peanutty because it's made from the best quality peanuts in the world.
Hey, peanut.
Hey, I can imitate almost anything, but no one can imitate the pump. The original, the pump. From Reebok.
You love shrimp? Boy, I do. Right now, I love 'em a little more because Shoney's is cooking up a great shrimp deal. Classic shrimp dinners starting at just $5.99. Choose lightly dusted shrimp, fried or stir-fried. Better yet, get twice the shrimp for only $3 more. Served with Shoney's soup, salad, and fruit bar. So sit yourself down at Shoney's for a classic American shrimp dinner. It'll be love at first bite.
The GE 2500. It can do almost everything but talk.
Okay, welcome back to the nightly news here. It's episode 4 on the September 12th, 2024. We've got Zach. Hopefully he's ready to come back. Oh, and there it is. He's got the share. Okay, Zach, let's see if we can add the share screen onto. Wow, we got a lot of screens there.
Yeah. And I switched to Firefox. I had Opera, but I changed it to Firefox.
Oh, okay, very good.
Yep.
All
Okay,
right.
now we're ready to go, Jason. The technical issue. I tell you.
Sounds good. So take it away and show us some fantastic work there. Give us a little detailed explanation on each work there, and we'll let you run the slideshow.
All right. So here's my geisha art. I made all these geisha arts. I make a lot of them in the front and in the back, but mostly I made them from the back side to give them that allure. And then I
Yeah.
make this illustration help me relax from panic attacks.
I noticed too there was a post on it. You started learning how to make the lips more distinct and the noses, the facial features more detailed. Is that working out for you real well?
Yeah.
Because now it's giving your geisha the more emotion. I see, which is very expressive. They did in the beginning before when it was very she looked like she wasn't too expressive. Now she's got details in the nostrils and her sinuses and her lips, and I could see over time the real detail work that you have on from the first one to the third one over here. Really, there's a change in each one of their expressions.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay.
There's more.
Yep.
Some people say this one's like more like a dream. This one right here.
Yeah. I noticed you use the same kimono on the geisha girls. Is that just your trademark kimono, or do you have other designs that you would use if there was a chance that you could use them?
I use I would say the black is like the default, but I use other colors for the kimono.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. So, like, if somebody asked you if they could have like a blue and gray one, you could match that up with some. So I like blue and gray. As you can see, I'm wearing my blue and gray and white today.
Yeah. I probably would do that, Jason. I probably would.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm glad you're not restricted on just one type of kimono. That's good.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason.
Okay. No, you're welcome. Next, we can see the next picture when you're ready.
All right. There we go.
Now explain these things. I noticed there's the Japan symbol, but what's the second one here in the middle on the top?
That's Mount Fuji and the red sun.
I see. Or your interpretation of Mount Fuji. Oh,
yeah.
Go back. You can go back to it because we haven't seen the rest of them.
Okay. It's loading. Stand by, people. Come on. Come on. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, let's go back to let's go back to the Yeah, so that's Mount Fuji, and then what's this one here? This one looks like something in the shadows.
Right here?
Yeah.
That's a pregnant Japanese woman with a baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Looks like you could see the hot spots on her in the red and the purple areas. Like her temperature is just exceedingly extreme in those areas. Okay, so what's this one down here in the left?
Right here, this one.
Yeah,
That's abstract Mount Fuji with a red sun.
another abstract. Okay, and then this looks like people, but it looks more like trees or something.
That's an interesting interpretation. That's the Shiba crossing in Shibuya, Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, very nice. I like the background. It's very is that a fence or is that just a generic background that you use? And then looks like they're on the street.
Yeah, it's a generic background. It's a building.
Okay. And what about this one here?
This is in Kyoto. This is like in the Gion district. This is the Pagoda Temple, and then this is the buildings.
Love that background with the blue. Gives a nice little nighttime background there, and the entranceway looks like something to a video game where you just walk in there and start, attacking with the ninjas and everything.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen those those 4-bit computer games from the Commodore, and kind of reminds me of cartoonistic, drawings because the bytes were not as big, so you don't see much detail. You just see images that are just very distinct, but not as distinct. So you really have a hard time figuring out what's what. And you have to decipher: is that a pagoda or what? Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, next slide, please.
Here we go.
Now this is video game art. Sega, yes, Amiga CD32, the Jaguar, the PlayStation, and the Sony Computer Entertainment. What was the inspiration for the video game art? I know. Do you play a lot of video games in general, and what's your favorite console? Because I don't know what your favorite console is. We never really got into a discussion about that.
Yeah, I play a lot. Just a minute. I play a lot of retro video games, and Jason, hands down, my favorite console of all time has got to be the N64.
The N64? Well, it's a good console. I mean, if I had to choose one, it would probably be the very first console I ever got when I was a kid, and that's ColecoVision. I would love to re-own one or have one and then have all the games to go with it, and I'll be a happy man and I'll die a happy man. Let's put it that way. Because those games bring me back to childhood, and I believe me, I would be able to pick up on it real easy and probably get some high scores like my grandmother used to get back in the day, because very avid game player for when she was in her 50s and 60s. You don't mess around with a grandma who can shoot you down in Cosmic Avenger for nothing. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Oh, all right.
And there's more video game art.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Got the Dreamcast. But I love the one here in the right corner. That's Atari.
That's right.
Yep. What game is that? Is that Indy 500?
Yep.
Aha! See, I knew. You never one that. And my aunt had the Atari and Indy 500. You had to use the paddles for that game specifically. It was a paddle only game. You could not use the regular joystick for it. Now, this one up here, I'm not familiar with. It looks like an Atari game, but I'm not sure.
Jason, believe it or not, you're not gonna believe it. Keystone Capers.
Oh wow, Keystone Capers is one of the very few games I did not play on the Atari or for anything for the console. But I've heard of Keystone Capers. But boy, I would have never recognized it because I just, some games you can recognize just by the cover art, like we do all the time on Wipe Those Tears, as you saw yesterday, and sometimes even with playability because images do stick in the old brain sometimes, Now, what's the one up here in the upper middle?
That's Toy Story 2 on the PS1 and N64 and Dreamcast.
Oh, okay.
The construction yard level 4.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I couldn't make that one out because it looked like it was just silhouette. It looks like silhouettes or just background images with very little detail. Just very soft images kind of blended together nicely to create those effects. But a very interesting abstract on that one, Zach. Very nice. And of course, I see Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Yeah, that's a nice sketch. Yep. And what's this one here? This is MLB baseball, or this is Sega.
Yep. Sega Game Gear. This is World Series Baseball with fans.
Very nice. Done in colored pencil or
Crayons.
crayons. And this
Yep.
one too. Mortal Kombat was done in crayons too, huh?
Colored pencil.
Colored pencil. I'm backwards all the time. That is fantastic. I love the hands-free sketching there, Zach. It's fantastic. That is why he is called Zach the Artist, folks. He hands. No, how much do you do any tracing at all, or all your sketches are all hands-free?
It's actually both.
Both,
Both tracing and hands-free.
Okay. I was going to ask you because I use a lot of trace outlines as well too. As I showed you in my portfolio with the panda bears, I had to sketch it because drawing a panda bear is so difficult for me. So I have to do those cutouts to trace the bear and then add the background in. And once I get that, then they all just come together perfectly.
Oh yeah, right. It's awesome.
Okay, let's go on and see the next things here. Now, this is the nervous system. Okay. But you know what these look like? These look like the wavy northern lights, something you would see in the sky more than you would see in your own nervous system. These are beautiful backgrounds here, Zach. I mean, it's like a calming, relax. It's like you could play some Zen music with these and put it on YouTube and get tons of views.
It's awesome.
Without saying a word. You could, what you could do, and here's something because I know your YouTube channel is growing, by the way. And how many subscribers now do you have on your channel?
Jason, I have 52.
52. And I don't think I'm subscribed yet. I should be. I have to subscribe to you.
I have to subscribe.
If I will check to see, and if I do, my 3 channels there, because what I was suggesting to these images here is you could have a video with these backgrounds playing a song from the YouTube artistry, that's like allowed so that you don't get copyrighted. But think about that. If you did that for an hour, like an ASMR, and if you could animate these and move them and have them wavy, like a GIF, oh my God. The possibilities are endless, but I think you could accomplish that and get tons of views. What do you think about that?
I didn't take that in consideration, Jason. That idea. I didn't take that in consideration.
I mean, if you need help with it, I can definitely set it up to where I can take you can send me these images. I can put them on Canva, make the background, and then GIF them, and they can move. They can animate themselves. They have like we did with the letters on Wipe Those Tears, those ABs and C's. They have animation on them. They have emotions. But these, yeah, as you saw yesterday, there was for the new logo for the new season. But these would be great if you set it to GIF status. They have a little bit of motion in them or fade to image to clear. And if you fade them in and out like that, and then you just set the music, and then you loop that music for about 30 minutes, possibilities are endless. Or you could do it like 10 minutes. I wouldn't do it for 10 hours, though, because I know some people would show the same image for 10 hours and get 1 million views. And that way, you would never have to appear on camera because, first of all, you have an image. And as simple as this would get a ton of hits there, Zach.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that.
You could call it nervous system in meditation. There you go. Or meditated nervousness.
Right.
So, yeah, I would definitely these 6 images and then just like, make it something that has a lot of animation to it and just go with that. In fact, I think on the what do you call it, the MP3 players that we have, that you have on your computers. There's those different animations that are set to when you play a song, and you get those different graphics that go up and down, and it looks like fire explosions and everything. Imagine if you just took those images and set them to a specific song from the YouTube library. A simplified thing like that for your channel because of the artistical ways of doing it, animation. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and Jason, they're called visualizations.
Visualizations. That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Those visualizations are great because you set them to specific songs, but in your case, for copyright reasons, again, you wouldn't want to, jeopardize the channel.
No.
So definitely, yes, that's a good one there. All right, let's see the next ones here, and because you got more to show us here. Okay, so these are the Panic Attack artworks.
Yeah.
Are these the starting stages of what you had worked on? Like these are just sketches to give you an idea?
Yeah, just about my panic attacks and when I relax. Especially
Mhm.
this one, number 3.
Ah, cool. Okay, very good. Now this is the apps to see, and this again, these would be like the nervous system ones where you can fade them in, fade them out, visualizations. You put some abstracts on there. Anything simplified like this, people can get different interpretations via the music you set to it. It's all about musical choice, Zach. And once you put that music to your art, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. There you go.
Right.
All right, next, please.
There's more.
Same here. You've got a lot of our abstracts, and when I saw that, I was like, he could really take his channel to a whole new level. And you might even get subscribers that you never knew would subscribe to the channel with the right promotion. With the right promotion right here on the program. And if if you start doing it that way, I mean, you never know. I mean, just a suggestion, not telling you, but I've looked at some of those people who do things like what you're doing. They set them to music, and well, it's all she wrote, because there you have it. It's a match made in heaven. Because everybody likes relaxing things, and I certainly do. And I like to see abstracts moving in all sorts of directions and stuff. Yep. Okay. Let's see the next one here. Your interpretations of the night sky are fantastic, Zach. Every time I see you post on Facebook, I am amazed. I'm inspired, relaxed. You've got one from the blue sky to the purple and pink to another one here. Starry, starry night. Yes. To the starry, starry night, to the clouds of it all. And then he's got one that's so overcast you can barely see the stars, and this one up here in the upper right. It's an interpretation of a very cloudy night where where you can't see the stars barely. Yep. Okay, let's see what you got. And see, we got the Japanese made artworks. Beautiful. Very nice. Camping art. Now here is another one of these where you could set to music. What I would do here in this black area, campfire.
Yeah, that's right.
Build a campfire, and then with the GIF, have the fire be animated and have the smoke come out like in a smoky effect. Yep.
Yeah.
And then if you could draw some people roasting marshmallows, I mean, you could add the possibilities are. I mean, I haven't camped in years. It's been a long time, but I see this and I think, yeah, I could definitely play one of those outer space music, or just, heart music, or some kind of waterfall effect music, interlude music, and just this would be like my refuge,
Yeah.
my place of just quietness that I would go to under the nice blue sky with the blue effects here. Nice. And the tent. Oh yeah. And I would definitely GI gift this one with the smoke and the fire, the roaring fire. Yeah, definitely. So I hope that this gives you inspiration to go beyond what I just said.
right?
Yep. All right. Oh, typhoon hurricane art. It's got a lot of things going on it. How do you get the white streaks here?
That was from the sketchbook out. And when
Uh-huh.
I did it, I made 2 layers. The first layer I used like the glow cross or glow wispy 2. And then
Mhm.
for the second one, I used the white, and then I went back to the glow wispy 2, and then I went up and down.
You know what it looks like? It looks like when you use it on paper, you take an eraser and you draw everything first, and then you make the lines with the eraser, and then it just becomes like white, clear, like you never drew in these areas, you know. And everything else is you draw it out first, and then you take your eraser or you take that gray eraser and you go and you and then that's the way it looks. But with the computer, you would take the white part and just go zzz, 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 zzz. Looks like you put white out right on it, you know.
Yep.
That's
It looks
great.
like everything's deleted. Delete.
Right, or you just like pinpointed these areas and you went and you took the spray paint function on your art and went yep, just like that. Cool. Yeah, I saw these out the Ally McBeal artworks. That I remember you showed me these. Yep. Is she your favorite actress?
Yeah, it's my favorite character.
Ally McBeal?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Now this again, like I said, you set these GIF modes, Zach, put some music to them. Lightning has a great effect when there's no thunder. It's just lightning, it's heat lightning.
Yeah.
And you get and you don't get the booming effects, but because the atmosphere is so hot. Yeah. This is great interpretation. Love it. Again, these would be great GIFs, GIFs, animation to music. Yep. Same thing with these. I'd take some bubbly music like that, definitely, and just have them rise.
Yeah.
Bubbles. Of course, you got different ones here. This reminds me of something I. This reminds me of like white blood cells in the body. This one here on the right with the purple and the red and the blue. Yep. And then this one reminds me of ring toss. Oh, and meteors. Wow. Yeah, this reminds me of ring toss with the different rings, floating in that little thing.
Yeah.
Yep. What else you got here? Meteors. Oh, wow. Very nice. Fireflies. See, this again here. Find some great music and just like that. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yep. Outer space. Yep. I would take something like maybe a something sound effect from the Starship Enterprise. They have those on a loop. You could do that, but then you'd have to give credit. You'd have to, cite the music. So you still might get a restriction on it, but they would allow you to use it because there's that bridge of outer space, on Starship Star Trek: The Next Generation, and you can definitely kind of incorporate that into your outer space art. Eyes closed. Does that mean? Oh, I know what that is. It's like when you close your eyes and you see the images come before you, and so in your case, when you close your eyes, it looks like a spinning wheel.
Yeah.
So that's what. Yes. See, that's the one thing I realized as I was getting older in life is I could take some strangest thing. People think you're strange when you do something like this. They don't realize it. Teachers don't understand it, but I see it. And that's why I appreciate what you draw. Okay. And only I would think other artistical minds from the same level of abstractness could understand why you would draw eyes closed artworks.
Right.
and these particular images. Yep. And then kind of makes you think fourth dimensionally on it. Oh, this is nice. Blue butterfly. You know, this one would be great set to some kind of like nature music with like birds chirping in the background.
Yeah.
Kind of forest scene and the butterfly is flapping its wings. Yeah. Or you could have it like animated where it lights like jewel. It has a jeweling effect on it. And you can still use that nature music.
Wow.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
All right. Great. Very nice, Zach. That is fantastic work there. I'll go ahead and remove it. I'll take it off there for you. So, anyways, that's what you did over the summertime, right? Or
yep.
Those are still work in progress, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I did in the summertime.
Great job on it. So, what do you got plans for the fall for artwork? A lot of leaves and stuff, or pumpkins, or something with harvest.
Japanese, like geisha every day in October. Japanese made every day in October, and then Inktober.
Oh, fantastic! That's great. Well, we wish you, of course, always the best of good luck here, and we would love to have you back in about a month or so to show us the new stuff that you got there. So, you're always welcome here on the program, Zach. But we got to go and get the motivation of the day, and of course, the holiday of today, and then wrap up this program. So, thanks again for coming along. We really appreciate you tonight.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye. And there you have it, folks. Oh, there we go. All right, there you have it. I'll go ahead and remove him. Zach the artist, folks. Zach Dirks, great guy. And I tell you, wonderful potential. And he's got some fantastic artwork. Go check him out. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel if you haven't. He'll be on here several times on the course of showing us all of his great work. When we come back, I've got the holiday of today and, of course, Ralph Marston's motivation. When we come back right after these very important messages from a word from our sponsor.
I've always been a pizza snob. Frozen pizza? Never. And then I discovered Stouffer's. It's terrific. You know why? They don't use pizza crust. Stouffer's uses good French bread because French bread really stays crisp and delicious, even frozen. And then Stouffer's heaps on the best pizza makings. I'm still a pizza snob. The only frozen pizza I'll eat is Stouffer's.
There really is a good frozen pizza. Stouffer's.
If you love crispy, juicy fried chicken, and who doesn't, fry with all-natural Wesson vegetable oil, and what do you know?
You're frying right.
Wesson's 100% all-natural.
Crispy and light. You're frying right.
With no additives. You know, not every oil is all-natural, but Wesson is 100%.
So go ahead, take a bite. You know.
Wesson vegetable oil, one of 3 all-natural oils from Wesson.
You're frying right.
From the leading edge of technology comes a new generation of video electronics from Zenith. At the touch of a button, the giant screen rises and you enjoy Space Screen 45 TV. Push a space phone button and turn your TV into a telephone. Produce a movie with your VCR and play it back on Zenith's new component TV system with stereo capability. Video high-tech, part of the new generation from Zenith, where the quality goes in before the name goes on.
This is Polaroid's new Time Zero one-step.
Pretty. Why is it black?
So you'll know it's the Time Zero one-step. And here's the world's fastest developing color. You see it in seconds now, not minutes.
Look at that color. But why a Time Zero one-step?
It comes with a pack of Time Zero Supercolor film in this made-for-each-other pack.
Certainly are made for each other.
Just like coffee and cream.
Rolls and Royce.
Or me and you.
Try ham and cheese.
I'm Murray Linder. On bagels, I'm an expert. People I'll never understand. I tell them a delicious Linder's bagel has more complex carbohydrates than a lot of cereals people call healthy. 20% more. Well, who wouldn't take a toasty, chewy Linder's bagel over what's in a cereal bowl? But some people still think bowl healthy. Look, if you still think good stuff has to come in a bowl, here you go. Linder's bagels. Who knew they were this good?
Grapefruit juice? Sure, it's good for you, but...
Great for dieting,
But...
plenty of healthy vitamin C,
But
the taste? Well, pour on the pink for a taste you never expected. Ocean Spray Pink Grapefruit Juice Cocktail. Zesty, tangy, sweeter.
this is grapefruit juice. It's not bitter.
Hey, pour on the pink. Ocean Spray Pink Grapefruit Juice Cocktail. It's not just good for you, it's good. Ocean Spray good.
What holiday is it today? Well, we found one for you that I think you might enjoy on this September 12th, 2024. It's National Chocolate Milkshake Day. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Yes, indeed. So we would like to, of course, extend our condolences to the ice cream makers of America by sharing this National Chocolate Milkshake Day with you. And without a doubt, a treat day, simple, sweet, and delectable. Chocolate milkshakes aren't just one of the best treats of all time. They're also a reminder of our innocence and a symbol of America's pastime. A time when getting a milkshake and fries was the perfect date and drive-in movies were all the rage. So put a quarter in the jukebox, join us and say cheers to the best fusion since peanut butter and jelly, which was invented in 1901, by the way. The history of milkshakes can be accredited to the development of two key concepts, the electric blender and malted milk drinks. So to understand the origin of milkshakes, you actually have to look further back to medieval Britain when eggnog came about. Back then, it was a hot, milky, ale-like drink, and milk and eggs were foods of the wealthy, so it was often consumed in indulgent celebration. It wasn't until 1885 that somebody had the idea of mixing whiskey, milk, and eggs as an eggnog-type drink that milkshakes appeared in history. It originally was a term used for wholesome drinks containing chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla syrups. Then in 1910, Hamilton Beach introduced the Cyclone Drink Mixer, an electric blender that became a prevalent machine used at public businesses. With the invention of the blender, milkshakes began to take their modern, whipped, aerated, and frothy form. And finally, in Chicago in 1922, Walgreens employee Ivar Pop Colson made a milkshake by adding 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream to Walgreens' standard malted milk drink recipe, termed Horlick's Malted Milk. And this item was featured by the Walgreens drugstore chain as part of a chocolate milkshake, which became known as a malted or malt, and swiftly rose to one of the most popular soda fountain drinks of all time. So here's the timeline. Starts 1936, friends. Yes, sir. From Freon hits the scene. Then the $5 milkshake in 94. 2007, There Will Be Milkshakes. The famous line, I drink your milkshake, makes its debut in Paul Thomas Anderson's Academy Award-winning film, There Will Be Blood. And the Shake Wars, milkshaking, an act of protest popular in the UK, causes the police to request Edinburgh McDonald's to refrain from selling milkshakes, only to have Burger King tweet, we're selling milkshakes. Yes, definitely. So today, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to buy a chocolate milkshake. Yeah, plenty of restaurants around the globe are celebrating this holiday with discounts and buy one, get ones. Bring someone you like and enjoy a glass together like a couple of hip youngsters. And make one. You know, all you need is ice cream, milk, and chocolate sauce. You can make it extra special with tons of awesome recipes online. I like to add a little protein powder in mine too and really give it a health kick too. About 60 grams per scoop, give or take. And open up your world to a new kind of milkshake. Try a malted version. You can find a plethora of creative and enticing milkshake recipes online to give you inspiration for your tasty dairy treat. And don't forget, for all you people who like pumpkin milkshakes are back in the fall. Do try one. Don't knock it till you try it, you know? All right, 5 fun facts about the milkshakes. Well, the big gulp. Yes, in 2000, Ira Freehoff made the world's largest chocolate milkshake at 6,000 gallons. It was the equivalent of 50,000 normal-sized shakes. A frap is a milkshake. You know, Bostonians call milkshakes fraps, but this also can simply mean a glass of milk with syrup. And they're a surefire cure for hangovers. A banana milkshake sweetened with honey will help soothe your stomach. Plus, it builds up depleted blood sugar levels and electrolytes such as magnesium and potassium. Chocolate milkshakes were popular with the extras dressed in ape costumes during the filming of the original Planet of the Apes movie. Their masks didn't allow them to eat a regular meal. And in the United Kingdom, milkshakes are called thick shakes. Yep. And why we love Milkshake Day? Chocolate Milkshake Day. Well, representing a part of history, chocolate milkshakes bring us back to a world of poodle skirts and jukeboxes with a certain whimsical appeal we just love. And few things make a child happier than a milkshake. And who could put a price on a child's smile? And they're delicious. Need we say more? Next time, it'll be on a Friday in 2025. And we'll definitely tap the look at National Chocolate Milkshake Day next time. Let's see if there's any other food holidays here. We have some time. Doesn't look like it. Okay. All right. So that is that today. And of course, you can check on what holidays are there before we even get to looking at them ourselves. Now it's time for the Daily Motivator of the Day from Ralph Marston to conclude our program and take us into the show called Versus, which is coming up at 9 o'clock. So let's take a look at what Ralph Marston has to say for Thursday, September 12th, 2024. Inspiration and humility. Work yourself into a heated state of inspiration, then splash yourself with the chilled water of humility. Yes, you can dream big and you can make progress in the direction of those dreams, yet doing so requires a healthy and persistent dose of reality. Humble yourself in the presence of your own aspirations, dare to dream, and humbly acknowledge that your dream demands a massive amount of hard work and time. That's a powerful combination, and your dreams will keep you motivated while your humility keeps you honest and disciplined. You're fully capable of great achievement, but it's not because you're the greatest achiever who has ever lived. It's because you have the opportunity of doing the often tedious work day after day, year upon year to reach your goal. Envision the highest and best, then temper that vision with humility, for that's precisely how you make it come to life. Thank you, Ralph Marston. Fantastic daily motivator for today on this Thursday. And I'll tell you, we've enjoyed this show very much. I would like to, of course, thank my fantastic guest, Zach Dietrichs, or Zach the Artist. Yes, and he will be back with us again sometime, maybe next month, to show us some of his great work that is in the abstract world, friends. And tomorrow on our program, we'll look at some more fantastic articles, wrap up our first week of shows here. It was a very interesting week, and we'll take it from there back on again on Monday. Till then, I'm Jason DeCanio. Remember to be honest, to be real, and always to keep it simple, stupid. Yes. Have a great night. We'll see you for Versus at 9 o'clock. Bye-bye.